twice, three times the champions. Champions of Europe finally. History made in Istanbul. The treble complete.
History makers. For the first time ever, an English club have won 4 titles in a row.
Good afternoon, Blues. Welcome back to Typical City, another watch-along, and it's Liverpool. A little bit. But you don't know what we're going to do today. I'm kind of chilled about it. I'm also incredibly hungover as well, so you're going to have to bear with me today because I am lethargic. I am feeling a bit blobby today, extremely blobby. So make sure you're hitting that like button to get my juices flowing for this watch along, because I hope the team don't feel like I do right now, because I mean I'm absolutely battered. I don't know if you can tell my voice is a bit and I'm just a bit, you know what I mean. But team news is interesting. City have got a chance to go third right now. You know, Forest lost. It's almost going to be close, because I mean United were very lucky to actually get a draw in that game, to be honest. But it was very close to being a perfect weekend. And I can't help but talk about it. Call me petty, call me small-minded, call me juvenile. I don't care. Miles Lewis Skelly, mate. Oh, stay humble. Stay humble. Already thirsty. Not a good start. But yeah. What are you doing, Miles, mate? Life comes at you fast, mate. It comes at you monstrously quick as well. It was so good yesterday, the fact that he got sent off. He's the one. I specifically remember saying, after I went on that rant at him, saying, like, you're too young to be doing that. It's going to come back to bite you. At some point, I said the words, at some point in your career, the fact that you did that's going to, a karma is going to strike. It's going to come back and it's going to bite you firmly in the arse. I wasn't expecting it to happen this season. I thought maybe some point next season or the season after that. I wasn't expecting like a few weeks later. It does come at your fast life, doesn't it? It's very, very funny. But we've got our own work to do today, and Liverpool is going to be an incredibly difficult game. The fact that Liverpool, I didn't check this before, but they haven't won here in over a decade at the Etihad. So as much as I'm worried about this game, history's on our side. But I mean, all our records this season have been absolutely smashed. All the ones you don't want to break, we've been breaking them. But I also want to point out my lad's at the game today. It's like, I think this is like his 4th time at the Etihad. Yeah, so I'm absolutely buzzing for my little boy to be at the game. I hope we win for him. Absolutely hope we do. How's everyone doing in the chat? Hope you're all looking after yourselves and looking forward to the game. Make sure you hit that like button if you've just tuned in, and hit the subscribe button as well if you're new. Link is in the pinned section of the chat, as well as in the description below if you're interested in supporting the channel even more and becoming a member. That would be hugely appreciated. Adriano, mate, thanks for tuning in nice and early. Hi, Johnny. And I think it will be 3-3 draw. Marmoush and Salah both to score 2. Haaland, no goal, but you didn't know that, did you? When you wrote that, you didn't know that Haaland wasn't playing. And Gakpo for Liverpool, he's also not playing, but you weren't to know that. Shitterpool, more like, and I hope the best for you. And you, mate. SVG, how are you doing, mate? Haaland will probably be benched. Well, he's not even on the bench. So a lot of this information is now been superseded by the fact there is no Haaland, just to put that out there for anyone who's wondering. No Haaland today, whatsoever. You know, we need to talk about what Jamie Carragher said. I don't know if you know what Jamie Carragher said on CBS, that he's got Rudiger-itis. And didn't fancy playing against him. He's claiming it was a joke. I'm sure it was, Jamie. And I mean, even if that was it, I mean, what was the purpose of the joke? I've never known anyone, a pundit at his level, to suggest that a football player of Erling Haaland's caliber just doesn't feel like playing against another footballer. Have you ever heard anything like it? Yes, from idiots in like low level fucking media. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's an ex-footballer. Do you know what I mean? For him to come out with it is absolutely lowbrow. Do you know what I mean? David, I was the guy waving like a bellend through Weatherspoon's window yesterday in Altrincham. Yeah, I remember you, mate. And I was very confused when I saw you, mate. I haven't had a night out in ages, by the way. Absolutely ages. Like, months and months. The last time I went out, I think I had less than 20k. Do you know what I mean? So it was interesting to now have. I mean, I'm hardly like a big YouTuber. I'm at 30,000 subscribers. I'm pleased with it. I'm not trying to diminish 30,000 subscribers because 30,000 subscribers is a lot. I was surprised to see how many people fucking recognised me, to be honest, and came up, very nice people, and came up to me. As the night got further on as well, with more alcohol being consumed by everyone around you, lots of City songs started singing, and a couple of lads coming up to me going, "Blue Moon" and stuff, and I'm like, keep it down, lads, it's going to kick off here in a minute. It's got a little bit of a City riot, because there were some angry United fans with us as well. But yeah, good to see you, David. I remember you. How you doing, mate? Church, how you doing, mate? Good afternoon, fellow Blues. This is a tough test. Liverpool are good, but blipping a bit. So 6-0. Logical as ever from Church. And the word of the day is mountainous. I can't wait till you start recycling words, mate, because you're going to run out eventually. There's more football matches than there are words, I'm afraid, because football, it never ends. It never ends. When will the football ever end? Never. Who has officially won the football? Nobody has ever officially won football until next season and then the season after that. So I hope you've got an extremely thick dictionary to go through. But big up to you, Church. How you doing, mate? Pink Kennedy, 3-2 City, please. I'm going to take ages going through these if I read everyone in great detail, but I'll do my best to speak to as many of you as possible. Nerupt, how you doing, mate? Douglas gone absolute cribbing. Church there, full Church mode. He's gone 6-0. Big M's gone 2-2. I'm with you, Big M, and I'm actually a little bit more worried about this result more than anything now because of Haaland. Nerup's feeling a bit positive. Alaric, good to see you. I haven't been able to find any news. Well, you've got it now, mate. He ain't playing. Good to see you, Phil. How you doing as well? Church has spoken. I mean, yeah, he always says 6-0, so it's not like that's new information, 6-0, is it? But Lucian, how you doing, mate? My brain says 3-1 Liverpool, but my heart says 3-2 City. I feel like we could do something today, you know, and I feel like a lot of you guys are in that same way of thinking. But yeah, good to see you guys in the chat. Make sure you're hitting that like button, everybody. I'll speak to you as many as I can throughout this stream. Johnny, you got to learn to read live chat fast for the 100%, mate. That's definitely something I'm not good at. I'm a slow reader as it is. You know what I mean? I'm very slow at reading anyway. And that's not to purposefully misunderstand super chats, so people have to resend super chats, which was an accusation that was not genuine accusation, but was it Mullet? I haven't seen him for a while. Do you know someone else who I haven't seen, by the way? Who remembers Section? I'm sure loads of you in the chat will remember Section 20. I hope he's all right. If you're watching, mate, I hope you're all right. I haven't seen you for a long time. And I remember him very well. He was very fun to talk to. Yeah, someone else there's loads of people that come and go, isn't there? But like, you just hope they're all right, you know, because you don't hear from them in a while. But yeah, good to see everybody. Team news. Liverpool, let's start with them. Alisson in the bags. Trent, right back, Konate, Virgil van Dijk. Konate, by the way, is it doesn't get much praise, does he? Because it's Virgil van Dijk that takes all of the attention as the solid centre-back, which is, I mean, fair, because he is absolutely class, isn't he, Virgil van Dijk? But Konate alongside him, he's not far behind him, you know, and he gets better every game I see him. Those two together are absolute beasts. You wonder how they're going to cope with Marmoush, which will be interesting. Robertson, I think we'll have a midfield three of Gravenberch, Szoboszlai and McAllister, Salah, Jones and Diaz up front. And that's an outdated team that I've got there, but I've remembered what City is. So we've got Lewis at right back, who I imagine is going to push into midfield for City. Edison in the sticks. Kusanov, Ake, Gvardiol. Nico G is probably going to be on paper, like he is, never is there, is it? When it next rolls round, you'll see the team news, and I think I've put Nico G on his own. I think we'll see Rico Lewis push infield alongside him on occasions. With Foden and De Bruyne pushing further ahead to be his two sort of number 10s to prop up the front three of Doku, Marmoush and Savinho. I'm excited about that front three, although I would much rather Haaland be in it, because it's just Erling Haaland. He's a goal machine. Marmoush, Savinho and Doku, that's agile. There's a lot of dexterity in there. There's a lot of pace, most importantly. I mean, Haaland doesn't exactly have no pace. In fact, he's probably one of our quickest players, isn't he? He's absolutely lightning when he opens up his legs. But quick off the mark pace, acceleration pace, something Virgil van Dijk and Haaland in a foot race is always fascinating because they both take that little second to get up to top speed. Whereas you like Doku, the first 5 yards, he can kill anyone. He's so quick off the mark. Savinho's the same. Marmouche is the same. So it's going to be interesting to see how the big physical duo of Konate and Virgil van Dijk handle the speed that's going on around them with Trent and Robertson, who both love to get forward often throughout the game. You're going to see Trent coming forward very frequently. Can we expose the gaps they leave behind? And will we see Vardiol come forward as much? Because I have a feeling that we're going to see Rico tucking inside, like I've already said. And with that in mind, if Rico's pushing into midfield and vacating that right-back spot, if Vardiol starts going forward and we leave Ake and Kusanov on their own at the back, I'm kind of worried about that. But, yeah, no Ruben Diaz, mate. No Ruben Diaz. And I mean, I'm all right with it. I'm okay with it. I wonder why Ruben Diaz, because I thought he had a bit of a stinker against Real Madrid. But I mean, I'm not singling him out. I mean, who had a good game against Real Madrid? Absolutely shocking performance against Real Madrid. And yeah, teams are on their way out. And I need to get the old clock working. Bear with me. So yeah, I'm interested to see how we do today, and I'm feeling a bit chilled about it, I'm feeling like we could actually do something first of all, and the fact that Arsenal lost yesterday, hardy ha, absolutely love it. I mean, second again for Arsenal, second again, ole ole, second again, ole ole, second again. I mean, maybe third. Why can't we overtake him now? What it becomes, if we beat Liverpool, we go 6 points behind Arsenal. And Liverpool have got to play Arsenal. I mean, if Liverpool beat them, 3 points, all of a sudden we could actually be going into second place. Imagine finishing above Arsenal. That in itself would be an achievement from considering where we were at Christmas, for example. And I'm going to start getting curious and start looking forward to the end of the season, how Liverpool do for the final games of the season as well. I'm curious to see how they're going to behave with these remaining fixtures for Liverpool, because there's definite cracks have started to appear in the way Liverpool have played. I think that I do ultimately think we'll do well to get a point out of this game, and unbelievably well to get 3 points. I feel like if there's a favourite, it's Liverpool. I think that's the first time we've had anyone come to our place outside of maybe Real Madrid the other day, come to the Etihad and can comfortably call themselves favourites. And Liverpool are definitely favourites going into this. Literally are favourites as well. That's not just me making it up on a whim. Statistically, according to Opta, they won the majority of the 10,000 simulated games. I can't remember the exact number, but I'm pretty sure it was, yeah, mate. I'm prepared to talk about that all day today. It's just too good. It's just too good to ignore. It's delicious. It's sweet. So sweet. How you doing, Marie? Good to see you. How you doing? And Isa as well. How you doing, mate? Honestly, I was hoping not to see Foden start today. Hope that means him and Pep had a good talk, because that was embarrassing from him last game. Yeah, I agree, mate. And I think Foden definitely needs to step his game up attitude-wise. It was an absolute shocker. He didn't look like he wanted to be there. Second half, he just didn't look like he wanted to play, and Pep to hook him off as well straight after those shots. One which was on target, mind you, but the first one that went over the bar, lost my shit with that. I was so annoyed with that. Big up, Jeff. 115, stay humble, Pep out. All of them can piss right off. Knobheads. City will show up today. Jeff's off to an absolute flyer. Oh, mate, love it. City will show up today. City win 3-2. Come on, City. Big up, Jonny. Big up you, Jeff. Big up you, mate. 115, stay humble there. Pep out. All of them can piss right off. I read the Englishness coming through. I read it. You're an absolute mank now, aren't you, Jeff? I bet you call your missus mate all the time, and I bet she loves it. All right, mate. What's for dinner, mate? I'd love it. Anyway, game's about to get underway. And Mr. Arnie Slot. Why is Pep Goz? Who saw that interview, by the way, with Neil Warnock? Absolutely loved it. Loved it. with Neil Warnock and Pep Guardiola. If you've not seen it, after the game, go and watch it. Right, game's about to get underway. Come on, City. Liverpool to kick us off, and we're off. Boom. Let's play some football. Let's watch some footy. Right, what we doing? What's the team doing? Doku's definitely on the left. Foden's already ballsed it up completely. And Mo Salah on the attack. Here we go. Gvardiol with steps in strong from Gvardiol there. Can't have a slow start. Liverpool, they get out of the block so quickly. You know, prior to, what was it, 3 minutes against Real Madrid, first minute against Arsenal. Brentford earlier on the season, first minute. Who else? I'm sure there's been other goals that have been flying in the first 3 minutes of game. Chelsea, Kusanov header, that was in the first 4 minutes, wasn't it? Or 3 minutes. So we've been starting games so sloppily this season, really poor. Whereas Liverpool, they like to start frantically, and they are that sort of side that can just blitz you in the blink of an eye, aren't they? Like 2-3 minutes of football, and they've scored 2 goals. The game's just gone, and they've taken it away from you. We can't afford to do that today. And as much as I think some City fans, I think a little bit, oh, he's giving it away. Vardiol's giving it away. Oh, I can't believe we're starting like this already. Szoboszlai blocks, shot by Rico. Gvardiol, mates. How many times does he do that little cut infield pass? You know? But we're coming away with it here. Marmoush on the ball, out to Doku, who's not got many minutes to his name since he returned from injury. Didn't he come on in the, was it the second leg? Sorry, the first leg against Real Madrid. Did he come on in that game? I feel like he came on as a substitute in recent weeks. I can't remember which game it was. Other than that, Doku's not really had that much football. And to start him against Liverpool's bold, mate. It's bold. Guys, make sure you're hitting that like button if you've just tuned in, everybody. Big up all of you. Ball across. Canate cleared. Is that a corner ball? Come on, City. Let's go. Let's be having it. But, yeah, Savinho coming over to take it. You got Foden wandering over. We need to see a big performance from him today. Like Isa said, he's absolutely correct that Phil Foden needs to step it up. Kusanov header. Ryan's hoping for. Hopefully, mate. Let's put it on the screen just in case it happens. Away. Cleared by Alisson, who's got an ever-expanding Barnet at the minute. His hair keeps getting longer and longer every time I see him. De Bruyne ball in, flicked on by Nico. And it's awkwardly cleared. I thought that was Virgil van Dijk. And Van Dijk's doing that symbol. Which I think means... grab the ball next time, Alisson. I think that's what he means. Nothing else. Foden. Ball in from the corner. This time he does exactly what Virgil van Dijk asked him to do, and he catches it. That's annoying. That's annoying, isn't it? He's like, all right, okay, Virgil, I'll catch it. I've got a banging headache. Such a bad headache. But not much of a press from City here. More of a mid-block. There you go. Foden's closing down. It looks like Foden's playing a bit higher up than anybody else. It looks like we've got like a 3 of Marmoush, Doku and Savinho, with Foden playing as the false 9 ahead of Marmoush. Or maybe more. Those two could maybe become a 2. Liverpool coming away with it here. And it's last night's dinner coming up there. Jesus. Oh, man. Doku comes away with it. Lovely little skip past Trent Alexander-Arnold. But Gvardiol's shown a nice little bit of composure at the just a moment before that. There was a cross that came in and he very casually brought it under his control. We need to see the Nico Gonzalez that we saw against Newcastle, don't we, today? Because the Nico that played against Real Madrid was absolutely shocking. But the Nico that played against Newcastle was sensational. Doku, he's spun. That's 2 out of 2 versus Trent. And he sends Marmoush to the byline. It's Marmoush in the penalty area. Drives it across and Virgil van Dijk clears it. Edge of the area is Rico. He slowed it down, though, because he had no one really to give it to. He keeps the ball alive, though, for City. Nico Gonzalez back to Kusanov. Real opportunity, that, for City. And Virgil van Dijk, some really good positioning. Dinked over the top here. Marmoush can keep this alive, which he doesn't because it's offside. But lovely play from Jeremy Doku. so far in this game. 2 moments against Trent, and he's rinsed him. 2 out of 2 so far. Lovely from Jeremy. How much have we missed him? You wonder, don't you? Oh, I feel sick. I'm not going to lie. Pizza for dinner, and I've never not looked forward to a pizza in my life, and I can't. Thought of it. Speedy Gonzalez, Steve. He's not very speedy, is he? He's not really one for speed, but neither's Rodri. You know what I mean? It is good to see Doku, isn't it? He's been doing wonderful stuff in this game so far. Sloppy from Mo Salah, which is not something you're going to hear me say very often. Probably sloppy from Marmoush, the 2 Egyptians. Just both giving it away within the space of 5 seconds. Which was odd. Curtis Jones. So it looks like it might be Szoboszlai's actually, because I've put Jones up front. I thought he'd play the false 9 for Liverpool today. I'm surprised there's no Diogo Jota, by the way, for Liverpool. Because their front 3 has got Diaz with no Gakpo playing. Here he is, speaking of. Diaz against Rico, with Savinho backing him up. He chopped it and he's fallen over. Rico Lewis didn't really have to do much there, but De Bruyne sends Savinho away. Go on, Savinho, mate. Lots of grass to run into. Chased by 3 Liverpool players, and he slows it down, gets it inside to... Good play. Great play, Savinho. The counter-attack wasn't really on. There was a lot of Liverpool players in the way. Realised if he keeps going, I'm just going to have this taken off me if I'm not careful. Slowed it down on the halfway line, brings De Bruyne into play, and City can start knocking it about. Good play from Savinho. Virgil van Dijk's not happy about something. I missed a little foul on Foden there, I think. He is, gamer. Anyone who's just tuned in, first of all, hit the like button. And second of all, Haaland is injured. Now, obviously the main question is he's not well enough to play today. Is he well enough to play against Spurs on Wednesday night? How injured is Erling Haaland? Because if we've missed him... Marmoush with a shot from miles out, smashed it against Konate, but that was flying, that was. Konate took it like a champ, right into the rib cage, but he seems fine. Foden on the edge of the area, shot straight down the throat. Bit of a P-roller, bit of a daisy cutter, to be honest, there from Foden. Didn't quite connect with it, but how many times have we seen Phil Foden take that ball in that exact position on the half turn, well, almost on the 180, spins and smashes it in the top corner. We saw it against United last season. We saw it at the Bernabeu. In the black and lightning kit, if you remember that goal. We saw it against West Ham, final game of the season. So many carbon copies of that goal happened last season for Phil Foden in that particular moment. Edge of the area, turns, smashes it top corner. And that was exactly... This sums up Phil Foden's season, that does, really. The fact that just he didn't connect with it properly at all, and it just rolled to Alisson. But Foden and De Bruyne has got the ball to Kasanov. Done well. Oh, Robertson's just elbowed Rico Lewis there. I don't think he meant it, to be honest, because Rico just turned. Let's have a look. No, he's palmed him off a little bit. I don't think Robertson meant that, to be honest. Pep's implying he's giving it a bit of one of them, Pep. Giving it one of them. He's trusted, isn't he, Bertie? I like it. And I thought he was our best player against Real Madrid. I thought he was superb, in fact, considering the other 10, considering how he played. Lovely ball. Is that for Doku to chase? He's going to do well to win it, though. Trent's had the head start and gets there ahead of Jeremy Doku and pokes it out for a throw into City deep in the Liverpool half. Didn't need to take it that far back, actually. I thought it was much further towards the corner flag. Hey up, Jason. I'm sticking with what I said before the game, which is 2-2. But I feel like... What do I feel like? I don't know. I'm not switched on today at all. Sorry for everyone who's not getting the same energetic Jonny. I'm absolutely hungover, so yeah, not feeling great. But Haaland, that's what I was going to say. No Haaland is kind of like... I'm still sticking with 2-2, mate, but Haaland's kind of made it a bit more of a squeaky bum 2-2, not as confident 2-2. I feel like if it's going to go... And if anyone's winning this, I would edge towards Liverpool, probably. I mean, they are favourites for a reason, because they've been quite comfortable this season. And even if we beat Liverpool, and as much as that just about mathematically, it definitely keeps Arsenal in the title race, I still feel like Liverpool will win the league, and not through Liverpool being this sublime, sensational Liverpool. I feel like Arsenal will just ruin it for themselves, because not only have they been absolutely crap, they've been doing what they've been doing all season, Arsenal, with ridiculous decisions on the pitch, getting red cards. How many red cards have they got this season? Someone in the chat, let me know. How many red cards have they actually got this season? It's got to be the top. They've got to have the most in the Premier League. Maybe not the most. I don't know who's been picking up the most. But I mean, I swear they've had so many dropped points because of red cards against us. Red card at the Etihad. Brighton. Red card. Lewis Skelly already had a red card against Wolves, and that was overturned. And then he got another one that was a definite red card. But here's Savinho. Ball across. Oh, that's a vital touch by Konate. That was about to poke your way through to Marmoush, who was waiting in the penalty area. Let me tell you something right now. What are we, 11 minutes in? Liverpool have not been convincing whatsoever, and they've given it away again. Liverpool, they've got to a pretty shaky start here by Liverpool, in all honesty. And City looked the better side. Vardiol's just nonchalantly walking forward, and Foden with the touch of a fucking wardrobe, mate. And De Bruyne then gives it away. Those two in the middle, really sloppy. I think Liverpool have come here with too much respect. And here's Mo Salah. This is where the game gets fucking ripped. Here he is. Mo Salah gets the ball across. Are we going to clear it? Yes, we have. Well done, Ake. Just about gets back. But Kevin De Bruyne then, with Foden with a poor touch in the middle. Vardiol did brilliantly to come forward there. I don't know why no Liverpool player bothered. I mean, I thought Kevin De Bruyne then just bringing the ball forward, like no one was closing him down. What's up with this game? The tempo's weird. It's very standoffish at the minute, isn't it? I mean, look at Liverpool. They're not even bothering. I've never known a Liverpool side not to press, which is obviously a big difference between Klopp and Slot, and Kusanov just about gets away with it there with a heavy touch, and eventually they realised that the ball was bobbling around his feet, but he actually got it away from himself in the end. But yeah, sloppy from both sides at the minute, in all honesty. And I think City's sloppiness has been very much in the attacking third, which is where you don't really matter. I say that, and Rico Lewis is just now giving it away. Fucking hell, Rico, mate. Edge of the area, Szoboszlai gets it to Luis Diaz. It's going to be, isn't it? Fucking cleared off the near post by Kusanov. Rico Lewis, mate. Sort your act out. What are you dilly-dallying on the ball like that for, mate? Just pass it to Kusanov there. Why is he pissing about with it? I think Liverpool will start realising, because I think they've come here with quite a bit of respect for City. I think as this game goes on and we continue making mistakes like that, and if we keep doing it, Liverpool will... Hang on a minute. Why are we backing off this City side? We should be taking the game to them. And when that light bulb moment happens, they'll come for us, they'll smell blood, and they'll kill us. You know, so many sides have just recognised that we are not the same side we used to be at the minute. Interesting corner technique. It's going to be 1-0. 1-0. A corner straight off the training ground, low and hard at the near post, flicked on by McAllister to Salah on the edge of the area. But it all comes from Rico Lewis pissing about with it. The corner in the first place should never have happened, because we had possession, we were dealing with the ball. Rico Lewis fucking about with it, gets caught on the ball. We end up defending it and getting away with it, and we end up have to defend a corner straight from a training ground. Mo Salah makes it 1-0. Yeah. At this point, I mean, if you're screaming and shouting, I mean, what are we? You clearly haven't learned watching the City side this season. If you're screaming and shouting at this now from this City side, it's so poor. I mean, the corner's quite clever. I think you can give him a Liverpool credit, but the fact the corner even happened is so frustrating. It's a Nathan Ake deflection. It probably would have been saved had it not hit Nathan Ake. But Liverpool get an undeserved 1-0 lead. I must stress that I don't think they deserve to be in the lead. Not through merit. You know, I mean, the corner was clever. It wasn't that clever, but it was like, yeah, something off the training ground. But it's City, own worst enemies again. You know, if we don't piss about with it, the corner never even happens. So poor. So poor. Like I said, I had people coming talking to me yesterday while I was out in Altrincham. Hang on a minute, because here's Doku. Ball across. Oh, and then Robertson defends it well there in the 6-yard box. Savinho was waiting. Good drive that from Jeremy Doku. Get the ball to Jeremy Doku as often as you can, and we might have a chance in this game, because he has got Trent Alexander-Arnold on toast. He is spreading him like butter right now. No problem getting past Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's been rinsing him quite comfortably. So let's get the ball out to Jeremy as often as possible. Ball going that way again. Vardiol now brings it under his spell just about with his chest. Oh, I feel for my lad who's at the game. Could be worse, son. Could be worse. You could have watched when I was 7 watching City. Could be so much worse, mate. So much worse. Because when my dad was dragging me to Main Road, shite is a word that springs to mind. I used to take my Thomas the Tank Engine book. It was more entertaining. Jason Miaza, mate, thank you very much for the super chat. Rico equals anxiety every effing time. And I sadly, I agree with you, mate. I agree with you. Oh, Savinho. Lovely bit of play originally, but couldn't quite stop it from rolling out for a goal kick. He gets to the byline, tried to chop it back, but completely missed the ball. But, and I mean, if it's City would get beat by everyone, the 90s are back. Well, I mean, this is actually 1988, this is the year I was born, this kit. 1988, if anyone's wondering. And we weren't that bad then. It was from like 94 onwards, wasn't it, when it started going tits up for City? 1994 all the way to 1999, and then the climb started. We started coming back, didn't we, from 1999? Still, we went down again. People often forget that we got back up and then went down again with Joe Royle, and then Kevin Keegan got us back up. And arguably, Kevin Keegan did an amazing job to establish us as a Premier League club. You know, we became established. You know, even though it was like, you know, 15th and 14th and mid-table to bottom third of the table finishes, but still, established Premier League team. Way before the money, of course, way before. So, anyway, City 1-0 down here through a very avoidable corner that shouldn't have even happened in the first place. I like to think Rico's got a future at City. I know a lot of people probably don't think that. I just feel like, I don't know what position he is. I was going to say to you before, wasn't I? Like, a lad came to me while I was out last night and he just immediately started talking about Rico Lewis. He didn't say hi. He just came to me, obviously recognised me off YouTube and just started, so what are we going to do about Rico Lewis? And I was like, hello, by the way. Like, who are you, first of all? Nice to meet you. And he just came to me straight away and said, what are we going to do about Rico Lewis? So I was just like, yeah, I don't know, mate. Like, I don't know. And yeah, just started talking to me and I was like, I genuinely don't know what position what position is best for Rico Lewis. Because right back, he doesn't have the composure. I'm not sure he's strong enough in the tackle. I'm not sure he seems like he's 7 out of 10 at everything. Do you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't excel at anything. He's not that quick. He's not exactly slow, but he's not very quick. His ability on the ball is like, yeah, it's okay, but like, you know, if you want to be on the ball in terms of like, are you going to play as a number 10? Well, you're not nowhere near Kevin De Bruyne. You're nowhere near Phil Foden. And obviously we're going to be signing more players in the summer. I like to think Florian Wirtz. I mean, you're not getting in ahead of them, so you're not going to be a number 10 at City. You're nowhere near good enough to be a number 10, so you're going to be a number 8. Well, Rodri, when he's back, Nico Gonzalez, or even Kovacic, if he stays, which I kind of hope he does, you're not that player. Here's Doku. Ball into Marmoush. Taking off his toes. Elenis, good to see you. How you doing? Foden as a 9 and Marmoush overloading Doku's side. Yeah, I think you're right. I think there is a lot of work going down that side. They're picking on Trent, mate. They're absolutely, here he is again, Jeremy Doku versus Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent's shitting himself, and he's beat him. Again, go on Doku. He's not really beat him, he's just gone to the side of him here, but this time, he does beat him to the byline. Jeremy Doku in, and Foden couldn't quite get it. Goal bound, and Virgil van Dijk just nonchalantly defends it. Kevin De Bruyne using his strength against Mo Salah, and that is not an easy task. He's unbelievably strong, isn't he, Mo Salah? You know, when you see the ball like pinged up to him in the air, the way he holds the ball up, it's like he's a 6'4" striker. The way he can hold it up at times, Mo Salah. He's unbelievably strong, isn't he? And you see him just like, players like going into him, just bouncing off him like a little boulder, isn't he? He's like a massive, well, not massive, he's small, but he's like a little rock, isn't he? But yeah. That's one thing Marmoush doesn't have yet. Maybe he can go to the gym, but Marmoush doesn't strike me as someone who's going to be physical, strong. You know, he's all about agility and dexterity and speed, isn't he? But Doku, he's strong. He's tough little cookie, isn't he? Poor ball by Jones, intercepted by Rico. Foden's got some grass to run into here, but no one ahead of him. No one ahead of him. Really disappointed that we went 1-0 down, because I felt like this game we were doing all right, you know. I thought we were doing pretty well. And we're still creating opportunities to get into the final third, and everything's coming through Jeremy Doku when it's good. Vardiol out to Marmoush. It was a bad pass to him, but he keeps it in. Marmoush beats Trent. How many times has he been beaten already, Trent Alexander-Arnold? Doku's taking it off Trent as well, and then he beats him. And Mo Salah does Trent's job for him, gets back and tackles him. I would love someone to go and get me the number of times Trent Alexander-Arnold. Go to SofaScore right now and look for this game and click on Trent Alexander-Arnold and tell me the stats for dribbled past. He's been beaten about 5 times already. He's absolutely... And people say, like, oh, people say it's harsh to say he can't defend. I'm sorry. He's getting rinsed in this game, Trent. But it's the other way, isn't it? It's the other end of the pitch where he's good. That's his danger. His ability to score goals. Corner crap from Marmoush. Near post. Cleared by Trent at the near post. Got to get that ball up into a dangerous area. Here's Marmoush, ball into Doku. Back to Ake. Back to Marmoush. Has a shot. Too easy for Alisson. Collects it. This is what I said, SL, in the preview, that I think City have slowly developed a little bit of like an inferiority complex where we... Oh, here we go. Szoboszlai coming forward. He's got a man inside to Jones, another man over is Diaz. It gets it to him. Rico Lewis does well eventually. Over hit there by Diaz. Bad touch. And Rico Lewis clears his lines. But yeah, we've developed this, like... I don't know. If you look at the results in recent weeks, in the Premier League, we've been doing all right, like in terms of like the results against teams that you think we should be beating. And even Newcastle, I think people would say that was like a 50-50 sort of game. But I would argue before the game, most City fans were probably expecting us to lose to Newcastle, or at least struggle in the game. We pumped them 4-0, you know. And then you got the Ipswich game. There's been other games where we've been very, very good and won most of them. But when we go up against a side that's ahead of us, literally ahead of us, or even psychologically, if that makes sense to you, ahead of you. Like, I feel like PSG as a team right now are a more settled squad than we are. You know, with Ousmane Dembele playing the football he's playing, giving away to Doku, and his touch is heavy. Could have caused problems there if he controlled that. And Vardiol just about clears it. Rico Lewis has got some work to do, and he's got the same exact situation where he gave the ball away, and this time he does the right thing and gets it into a City player. And Savinho's fouled. But, yeah, I mean, this is the thing. How many big teams have we got left, SL? You know, speaking on that comment you've written there, mate, there's not many left after this game. And I think we should be winning all of our games for the rest of the season. Spurs next, isn't it? And with that in mind, Spurs, who have been laughed at for quite a large portion of this season, they've actually won their last 3 games, haven't they? So they've definitely turned a bit of a corner right in time for us to face them, which is fucking annoying. Really annoying. But, Yeah. Spurs away as well, isn't it? After that, you're looking at all the games and we should be winning them. You know, Forest don't scare me that much in terms of going away is a problem. But Forest, as I said 3-4 weeks ago, they're going to drop points. And they've been getting a lot of Phil Foden, then the touch is so poor. Hey, at least he's chasing the ball, man. He's annoyed at himself. I've got no problem with it. You make a mistake, you make a mistake. At least you chase after it and you give a shit. Do you know what I mean? Because he wasn't doing that against Real Madrid. He was playing like that, but then standing there going like that. At least he's chasing the ball, chasing down after making a mistake. I've got a problem with making a mistake is one thing, but not giving a shit about it is another level and a serious problem if you're going to start behaving like that. But at least he chased it, you know. Elena says, sell Rico since he's from the academy, so cash pot. Then bring Ferlian and Echeverry to main team. Foden would be a nice cash pot too, but not see him out. I don't think we should sell Foden. I think Foden needs to have some... I don't know. Because if we're talking about attitude and things, then yeah, I'm a bit worried if this is... that's better from Foden. That was good. A couple of nice touches there from Phil Foden, but I don't think we can sell Phil Foden. Cambiaso's going to be coming in, isn't he? You wonder what we could have done this season if we'd actually got that deal done. Because it seems to be an obvious weak spot to this side right now is right back. Every time I'm picking the team, I'm not picking it, am I? But you know what I mean? When I'm doing my previews or just generally when any City fan has a conversation about who you think should be in the starting 11, there's always the right back takes up 5 minutes of the conversation. Here's Doku. Whipped in. And then Virgil van Dijk. He's good, isn't he? Bloody solid as a rock, him at the back. Imagine if we'd signed Virgil van Dijk. And we could have done as well. We just didn't want to spend that much money on him, which looking back at it, what did they spend on him? 75 million, and we said that's too much. I think that's a massive signing for them. But he's on his age. Savinho switches it. Doku in acres of space here. Right on the corner of the area. Does a little step over. Trent's worried again. Ball crossed in and it's cleared at the near post by Konate. Like I said, get that ball to Jeremy Doku as much as we can. He's not happy about the hating on Rico. No, mate, I don't think we should be selling him. I disagree with Elanus, and I see why a lot of people are frustrated, and I don't think we should be selling him. I'm concerned about what, if we don't sell him, what do we do with him? Is he just going to be a bit part player, rotated? You know, come on here, come on there for certain games, play in the lower, like, cup matches. If we get drawn against League One or Championship opposition, play him in those games. You know, I have no problem with that. And if he's happy with that, I'm happy with that. You know, he's so young as well. He's 19. You know, so that's the thing. Writing off a 19-year-old is dangerous. You know, it's dangerous to just say that's it. He's not good enough. And a lot of City fans have already made their minds up about him. Said he isn't good enough. I've not made that decision yet. But I am growing. My concern is growing, I must admit. I'm not seeing massive signs of improvement from Rico Lewis. If anything, it's been getting slightly worse. But I think the season on the whole is probably had a part to play in that, because the whole team has been like that, really. It's not just Rico, is it? But City have got a free kick here. More of a crossing situation. But Foden decides to shoot straight at Alisson and give it straight back to Liverpool. At least it was on target. Guys, make sure you're hitting that like button, everybody. Given away by Alisson straight to Savinho here. And Robertson just dives on the ball. Somehow Savinho's kept it in. Man on Rico. He's kept it. He's done well. He's done well. Ball into Marmoush. He's in. Marmoush is in. Marmoush. 1-1. He's offside. He's offside. He's offside. Fuck. Shit. Ah, fucker. Let's have a look. He looks offside already from this position. Yeah, he's well off. Well offside. Great finish, though, by Marmoush. Smashed it off the post. And that could have been a very different game, but that's going to breathe a bit of life into Manchester City. McAllister's gone down here. McAllister's gone down. So they could be losing a big cog in the midfield engine. Oh, killing me. I wish that was in. What are they going to do here now, Liverpool? Elliott probably, isn't it? Maybe Endo, which is a bit more of a protective substitution. Endo, because he's a bit more of a solid midfielder rather than technical, compared to Elliott at least. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Endo coming on for McAllister if the injury is serious. But if this is serious for McAllister, then their midfield is going to be missing a very important player for the rest of the season. But yeah, who watched that interview with... Nice one, mate. Your boy David. Appreciate that, mate. Pep and Neil Warnock. It's so good, man. I really enjoyed it. And do you know what I enjoyed more than anything about it was to see Pep speaking on such casual terms. Because his press conferences have been so spiky, haven't they, for months now. And I think he's been so hostile in all of his interviews and really like one-wordy and a bit like dejected. And I mean, I kind of get it. He's obviously got off-the-field problems he's going through, as much as that's a thing. The on-the-field problems are still there, and I think that's also playing a big part in why he's frustrated. But seeing him sit down and chill and talk to Neil Warnock, which was a mad choice of interviewer, but a good one in my opinion. I thought it was great to see. Neil Warnock's a fucking dinosaur, isn't he, when it comes to football management? The complete polar opposite of managers. Like, one's like, kick 'em and make sure you hit 'em hard. Long ball over the top, please. Big number 9. And, yeah, that's it. Pep's the complete opposite. Complete opposite manager. But he was so happy. Pep was loving it. He was enjoying the conversation. He looked happy. He was smiling. And it was so good to see, because I've just not seen it from Pep for a long time. Him happy, laughing and joking. And I was so happy to see that, because I was worried about him, man. And he clearly seems like he's all right, and he was happy. And that was following the press conference. He went straight from the pre-match press conference for this game, and he went into the interview with Neil Warnock. And I don't know if you've seen his reaction to, well, I think it was Simon Mullock who posed the question to Pep. Here's Savinho and Doku linking up. Ball into Doku. It's Virgil van Dijk positioning. That's just first class defending, mate. Look, if you want to know how to defend, just watch that from Virgil van Dijk. It doesn't even need to do anything in terms of touching the ball. Just put your body in the right place, and you don't even need to do anything. Didn't touch it. Didn't need to touch Doku. He just positioned himself in a position, and because he's so big, it's like, oh, I can't get round him. Like, it was, it fucking annoys me. It does. He really does. He's too good. He's too good, Virgil van Dijk. But yeah, this was following the question that got posed to him about what Jamie Carragher said about Haaland. Carragher's a joke, man. He's a fucking joke. Salah, first opportunity. Oh, come off it. No, ball across. Ake, just fucking hell. They've done nothing for about 15 minutes, Liverpool. As soon as they come forward, they look like they could score. It's a corner ball to defend here. And Salah was afforded an uncomfortable amount of space. Trent comes forward on the overlap, smashes it across the face of goal. And Nathan Ake does well not to steer that into his own net. That could have gone anywhere, and it's gone out for a corner. Right, switch on. We've already conceded from a corner. I can see my lad now. He's sat somewhere just over there. He's out of shot now. Got to watch out for Virgil and Canate, haven't we? That's cleared by Kusanov at the back post. Marmoush chasing down Trent. Back to the halfway line for Liverpool. Elenis, thanks for the super chat. Rico is good, but is not the player we need. We need a strong right back or a strong centre back to turn right back like Vardiol. Rico, not just young, he is small and easy to bully. It's hard to disagree with what you've said. It's harsh, but it's hard to disagree with it. I don't think he's going to be able to go to the gym and just become this meathead, you know, who's just like unstoppable tank. I just don't think it's in him. Like I don't think that's anything. I'm not sure how that would help his game, because a lot of his game is being agile and nimble, isn't it? And I think the bigger topic to discuss is, what position is he? What's his best position? I would argue a number 8. I think he'd be better in midfield, where he doesn't need to be as physical. You know, he could be more of a technical player, you know, just he can be a tough tackling midfielder. You don't need to be physical to be strong in the tackle. But at right back, he does get bullied too easily. And he's not got the speed, or recovery speed either. He's got a situation here to deal with as well. Come on, Rico. Luis Diaz chops it back. De Bruyne, it's poor. De Bruyne thought I think he forgot how slow he was there, Kevin De Bruyne. He knocked it round Robertson like I'm going to get on the end of my own little knock there. And yeah, mate, you're not getting on the end of that. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne, what's he done in this game so far? I haven't said his name apart from then. One bad pass about 20 minutes ago from Kevin De Bruyne. Other than that, what's he done? He's been anonymous. He's offered nothing in this game so far. Ball over the top, Vardiol to chase Mo Salah. So strong, isn't he? Mo Salah onto his left foot, inside to Szoboszlai. It's 2-0, man. It's so piss easy. It's just so easy. So easy. Shocking. It's just... It just looks like slow motion watching this side defend like that. It looked like... Are we there? Like it seemed like we were invisible at times, and like the ball over the top to Mo Salah, he uses his strength against Vardiol, but the defending on him was non-existent. And then Szoboszlai just comes in late, I hardly say crashes the box. No one near him. He had time to take a touch inside the penalty area and just pass it into the bottom corner. 2-0. It's so easy for Liverpool. So easy. Question is he onside? And it could be Rico who's played him onside. It's not actually, no, it's not him. Salah came in late. Szoboszlai was offside, but it wasn't him who actually got on the end of the long ball over the top. So this is going to stand. It's shocking. It's so easy, man. So easy, man. Like, just takes a touch, brings it onto his left foot, nice and easy, and just no power needed. Goes through the legs of Kusanov. A little bit unfortunate there, but I mean, Ederson's already leaning to the right, and you can get your parade ready, Liverpool, because I think that Premier League title's yours. And I think it would have been yours even if we won this game. I mean, the chances of that now are fucking gone. But the defending at the back, I think Vardiol was too high up the pitch, too easy to get past over the top from Mo Salah. Marmoush has been snapped here by Konate. If we can get one back before half-time, you never know. I'll tell you what, Doku's been a bright spark. That's about it. Other than that, I do wonder... I don't think it was not even trying. I think he'd already committed Ederson. It didn't look good. A lot of people criticising Ederson. Not many happy with Ederson at all. But he still wants to trust him. Yeah. See what I mean? There's not much love for Ederson at the minute. It didn't look good, did it? He just leant that way, and I think he was getting ready to dive that way, but free kick here for City, cleared by Konate. That's how you fucking defend. Do you know what I mean? That's just solid as a rock. Like, going in, balls flying in, fucking bang, clear it. You know what I mean? Not clear it out for a corner or clear it to the edge of the area so they get another shot, you know, or have it try and pass it out and give it away. You know, just out, gone. Do you know what I mean? Like solid defending. We've seen it multiple times from Virgil van Dijk and a couple now by Konate. We need some better defenders. We really do. Kevin De Bruyne with a crossfield pass. I mean, shite, absolutely shite. I'm so gutted with how Kevin De Bruyne's career at Manchester City is coming to an end, and that's what's happening here. It's coming to an end. Whether you are happy about that or not, Jeremy Doku's absolutely sensational from Jeremy Doku. Konate, brilliant near post defending from Konate. But Jeremy Doku is the only City player right now that I'm absolutely over the moon with. Jeremy Doku. The rest of them need to fucking sort their act out. Josh, mate, how you doing? Clearly Jones stood right in the way of Ederson. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. The ball, the line of the ball, I'm not sure about it, mate. He was stood in front of him. I can see where you're going with that, but I'm not sure that's offside or anything like that, mate. Because it wasn't like it went that side. But City got a corner. It's shite, Marmouche, mate. It's absolutely poor, mate. That's 2 in a row. Near post, cleared. Cross the ball properly. Cassana flicks on. Savinho to the right side here. Lays it off. It's poor. But somehow Kevin De Bruyne nearly got a shot away there. He like almost tackled his shot. Because the ball was under hit to him by Savinho. Man on Marmouche. Oh, he's giving it away. Cleared by Robertson. It really does, Hannah. It really does. This is the thing. It's kind of the same as Real Madrid. I think we all expected to lose to Real Madrid. It's just the way it happens. It's just like so avoidable and so underwhelming. Like, do you know what I mean? Go down fighting. I've got no problem if you go down fighting. It's like, yeah, we've been beaten by the better side, and it's just like it's just going out with an absolute fucking whimper. Great tackle by Rico there. Lovely. That's better from Rico. Here comes Marmouche through the middle. Chops it onto his right foot. Plays it out to Kevin De Bruyne on the edge of the area. The ball in, cleared by Virgil van Dijk. It's going to happen all game, that. All game. And you got no threat in the middle of the box because you're hoping Marmouche is going to get on the end of a cross that's in the air with Konate and Virgil van Dijk in the middle of that penalty area. You got no chance, mate. Absolutely no chance. Make sure you're hitting that like button, everybody. But, yeah, exactly like Hannah said, it's just so disappointing to watch it. It is Rico. Good ball to him by Savinho. Crossed in. Guess who cleared it, everybody? Virgil van Dijk. Got these new 4K cameras, haven't they, down by the touchline with an excessive amount of cinematic depth of field. I do like it. It's quite good when it's like super 8K quality. That's exactly right, Hannah. Ball in, cleared. I'm going to be doing that all game. That's the game sorted now. So tune in for that. Doku switched to Savinho. Ball in, cleared. Savinho looking to have a shot. Edge of the area is Doku. Keeps it alive. He's now on the right side. It's Doku. Ball in, cleared. This is true. I'm not making this shit up. 2 in a row. To be fair, it was like the ball didn't really get in. It was the cross was blocked more than anything. But still, it's definitely going to be happening all fucking game, man. See you, Paul. Rico. Marmouche. De Bruyne. Trying to work his way through, but I mean, there's just a sea of red with no blue ahead of him to get through there on the edge of the area. Cheers for the super chat, Alanis. No chance Marmoush getting behind any cross when is all the place instead on that number 9 position. Why is he so out of place? Doku needs him in the middle. I think you're right. I think Marmoush is going to be struggling today. I think he needs to come and collect it deeper, but then when he does, it's like Kanate and Van Dijk just waiting for any crosses coming in the box. The best chance is hard and low, which is Jeremy Doku. And even then, they've been still defended pretty well. You know, the hard and low crosses for Virgil van Dijk and Kanate, that's not what they want. They want to see that ball coming in the air. They're like, oh, beautiful. They start salivating when they see that ball coming in. And there's Marmoush there. They just put a hand on his head and stop him. Like, you're not getting on the end of this. Bang, cleared it, no problem. But hard and low for big guys like Virgil van Dijk and Kanate, they don't want to defend that ball being fizzed in from the byline. And who's going to be doing that today for us? Jeremy Doku. He's already done one, and it looked, not easy to deal with. They did deal with it, but it's not as easy. You know, here he is. Go on, Jeremy. Go to the byline, mate. Ball into Marmoush. Nico Gonzalez on the edge of the area. Shot deflected awkwardly, and I thought he was going to go in, but Alisson made it look easy, and I got a little bit overly excited there because it was one of them where it was like, it might be deflected in, but yeah, not happening. Man against boys today, says Josh. Liverpool always been a hard game for us, but when we are at our lowest, no chance. Sorry. Yeah, very true. Very true. Rico's done well again, to be fair. So as much as we've been criticising him, there's been 2 moments there from Rico against... get Kevin De Bruyne off, man. For fuck's sake. That ball then. Savinho ended up winning it eventually. I don't know how. It was a poor touch, but what is Kevin De Bruyne playing at in this game? Someone want to tell me what he's been doing in this game? He's given it away 3 times. That's it. Trent's just been rinsed by Doku again. Brilliant from Jeremy Doku. Sensational. It's good play by Mo Salah to get back. Look at the work rate of Mo Salah there. That's another underrated aspect to his game there. Trent Alexander-Arnold is being saved by Mo Salah at the back here. De Bruyne, fucking hell. He's just booted. Left foot. It nearly went out for a throw-in. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm sorry, mate. It's so depressing to watch it happen like this. And like I said in the last stream, we've got to pick our words wisely. There goes the halftime whistle. We've got to talk about these players, remembering how good they were. It's so upsetting to have to speak about the likes of Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Gundogan, and even Walker in the same way we've been speaking about him this season. It's been so disappointing, and like I'm so reluctant to do it because I know how much joy these guys have given me for so many years. Like the absolute ecstasy these guys have provided Manchester City fans. Gundogan against Villa, De Bruyne's just like season on season of sublime football from Kevin De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva, just the consistency of Bernardo Silva over the last 8 years has been sensational. Before this season, of course. Kyle Walker's just like, you know, moments pocketing Mbappe, pocketing in Vinicius Jr., you know. Brilliant moments from Kyle Walker. Gundogan, I've said him before, but... And now all of them are in this same boat of just... Mediocre is being quite complimentary at this point. It's kind. Saying that these guys have been mediocre is doing them a favour. It's been poor. Like, a shockingly big decline. Like, I'm absolutely heartbroken to speak about these players like this. If only we did the right thing and just understood that football, there's no room for sentimentality. You have to just cut your losses. You know, you have to recognise the players on the decline, like De Bruyne and all the players I just listed. You have to phase them out, you know, and that's something we've done very well at this football club. Historically, we've done incredibly well. Like the treatment of Aguero, you know, he was being phased out, you know, and rather than play him every week, we went to a false 9 system, and Gabriel Jesus started getting a few more minutes, and even the system changed, and we accommodated for the inevitable decline of Sergio Aguero. And eventually, then it was a false 9 season, then Erling Haaland season, bang, job done. And that's what we're going to see next season. We're hopefully going to be saying Florian Wirtz season. That's what we're going to be doing, you know, and we're going to be talking about all of the players that have been signed by this Manchester City Football Club. And we'll be talking about next season completely differently, completely different. But right now, we have to be honest and talk about these players in a negative way, and it kills me, man. It kills me. Breaks my heart. It really does. Big up everybody in the chat, by the way. Make sure you're hitting that like button. I'm going to go and be sick. No, I'm not. I'm definitely going for a pee, though. Enjoy the chair. Chair. Came back a bit quick there, didn't I? Fernandinho, another player that was phased out superbly well by the football club. How good were we at phasing out players? I swear to God, man, like, it was always good. Like, we always did the right thing. And, like, I don't know, when we needed new fullbacks, Pep came in, we got them. And, like, not every signing's been perfect, obviously. And the phasing out of Joe Hart, I would argue, wasn't great. With Claudio Bravo, that didn't work out very well. But we knew what was needed, and we tried to get the job done. That's the key thing there. Like this, it's kind of a different term, really. It's not like Joe Hart was too old and his legs were going. It was just like, you're not good enough, mate, to do what we need in terms of playing out from the back with the ball at your feet. You're too much of a traditional goalkeeper. So that's a different situation. But I swear we've done very good business. I think the Rodri coming in for Fernandinho, that was seamless. I swear to God, that was just like absolutely brilliant. Still, like, not, it was a couple of bumps in the road. Rodri wasn't perfect when he started, but I think we've mostly been very good at replacing players, and I think we've just, it's when it's been one, it's like we've dealt with it, but it seems to be like 4 players at least we've needed to phase them out all at the same time. And because of that, I think the club didn't want to do it. And it was too much of a cutthroat, rash moment to just... Well, at the time, you might have thought it was rash, but now it would have been sensible. You're looking back. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? But easy to say. But looking at that second goal there, so easy to defend. Gvardiol's just got rinsed there by Salah. Not even rinsed. It was just like... It's like non-existent defending that second goal. Gvardiol's caught ball watching. He's got 2 men on his shoulder. Szoboszlai's offside, but the ball doesn't go to him. Mo Salah's over his shoulder again. How is Gvardiol not recognising the danger there? And he's too high up. And then he gets back and slows down Mo Salah. That's about it. And then Kusanov or Ake, none of them get out to Szoboszlai. Ball comes into him. Just passes it into the bottom corner. Absolutely pants. Reflex ADV, mate. Thank you very much for the super chat. Really appreciate that, mate. Is that your first one? It's such a common thing on super chats for people to forget to type in the box, mate. So if you've got something you want to say, pop it in the chat, mate, and I'll try and look out for you. But appreciate the super chat nonetheless. Thank you, mate. And there you go. There you go again. This match is the season in a nutshell. You're exactly right, mate. And thank you for the second super chat. Appreciate it, mate. And you're absolutely correct. It really is. We don't seem confident at all, do we? It's feeding into my logic, my theory, that we've got an inferiority complex. And I don't think Liverpool came here that confident. That's what's even more annoying. You know, when Real Madrid played against us, and especially at the Bernabeu, they were battering us. They had a level of confidence that we haven't really gone up against this season. And how the game finished 3-1 at the Bernabeu is beyond me. Like it could have been 5 or 6 against Real Madrid. We did well to not get embarrassed. I think at the Etihad as well, it could have been worse. It could have been a bigger loss. I think against Arsenal, they were a little bit... we gifted at them in the first minute at the Emirates with the Kanji doing what he did on the edge of the area. This game's been kind of frustrating in the way that Liverpool haven't really had to do much. You know, it's not been brilliant from Liverpool. I've not been like, oh, wow, Liverpool, sensational. What a superb performance from Liverpool. We can't live with them. There's nothing there. It's like a long ball over the top to Mo Salah. Who didn't predict that at the beginning of the game? Ball over the top to Mo Salah was obviously going to happen. And it's the way you deal with it. And dealing with it like that, you're going to concede a goal. It's too easy. And Liverpool are going to come into the second half thinking like, they must be there now. You can just picture the dressing room. Like, I knew they would be not great this season, but fuck me, lads. This City side, what are we playing tonight? Let's go out and fucking put 4 or 5 past them. That's what they'll be saying. They'll be there saying, like, I can't believe how nervous we were before this game, because it's so important for them to go and build a gap. They'll come into this game knowing we never win here. We haven't won it at the Etihad for 10 years, you know, so they're going to have nerves. The fact that they've been playing poorly lately, Liverpool, will feed into that logic of having nerves as well. I think they were very lucky to get 3 points against Wolves. Really lucky. You know, they dropped points against Everton, and they dropped points against, I can't remember who the most recent game was, Villa. At Villa. And yeah, I think they were coming here thinking, this is not easy. This is not easy. But I mean, we make it easy for you. There was nothing to worry about. For Liverpool, there was nothing there to worry about. We make it easy for you, as we have done with many, many sides this season. You just hope this fear of bigger clubs just is put to bed now, because now we face sides that we should be beating. And I include Spurs in that. I think we should be going to Spurs and beating them. But they've just turned a bit of a corner, haven't they? They've won 3 in a row. So after that, there should be no like, oh, you're better than us, fear. Like, everyone's beneath us in the table now who we face for the rest of the season. Everybody, bar Forest, who are still going to be 3 points ahead of us after this game, when we had the opportunity today to go third and overtake them and potentially close the gap to Arsenal and have a hilarious season where we finish above Arsenal. But as much as Arsenal are doing their very best to make their season a non-silverware collecting season, we're doing the same. Like, do you know what I mean? We're our own worst enemies again. So poor. What's the further from here? I don't know where you are though, mate. Depends where you are. From here, if I don't know, Australia's quite far from here. Planet Jupiter is quite far from here. I'm absolutely bamboozled by your question, Micah, to be honest. I'm not fully understanding what you're talking about there, to be honest. I get the impression you want to travel as far away from your current situation as possible. Yeah, I'm with you there, mate. Big up, Sam. How you doing, mate? Thanks for the super chat. First on the channel as well. Appreciate that, mate. We are weak mentality and physically this season. It is hurting less with each defeat in a big game. Not confident next season will be any better. I agree with everything, and I'm not 100% confident myself for next season, but it's the FIFA Club World Cup, mate, for me. That's the problem. It's like we don't get any rest time. We don't get any training time with these players. The pre-season's virtually non-existent because we're going straight from a Premier League season with a small little break, and we've got FIFA Club World Cup, and then there's another tiny little break, and then the Premier League season starts with no real, like, 2 weeks off. Go on holiday, everybody, relax, enjoy yourselves, forget about football, then come back, 2 weeks of training, new players signed, teach them the City ways, the Pep ways, get them in, integrate them into the squad, give them a couple of pre-season games. I think we have to treat the FIFA Club World Cup as a bonding exercise for new players and training, you know, because we're going up against sides that we should be beating, some at least. But it's still going to be difficult because they're going to want to... It's competitive. There's silverware up for grabs. So it's not going to be that pre-season feeling. And you're just hoping that, obviously, Rodri coming back will make a big difference to next season. So I agree with that. I'm not incredibly confident with what you're saying, but I still feel like it's going to... I feel like it'll be better than next season. Future, autocorrect. Oh, right. So what? Let's go back to it. What did it say? What's the future from here? It makes so much more sense now you've said that. Now that swapping the word for future, now we're on to something, Mike. What's the future from here? I don't know, mate. Signings, I think, in summer. I think that's definitely needs to be one of them. We need to see some signings. We need to see a more composed version of so many players that you expect more from. Kevin De Bruyne, I think, yeah, I'm sorry, mate, you're getting close to being out of the club. And it's just difficult. It's difficult to talk about. A mate of mine worded it perfectly. And it's like, you don't really want to take him round back and shoot him. Do you know what I mean? It's like kind of like putting an animal down that you love, you know what I mean? But it's for the best. It's for the best. You know, the animal's getting poorly. It's on its last legs. The right thing to do is put it down. You know what I mean? You don't want to take Kevin De Bruyne around the back and shoot him. You know what I mean? No one wants to do that. We love him. We love him so much. He's part of our family. You know, we love the guy. But everything, nothing, like Pep said, nothing is eternal. You have to accept that the attachment we have to these players, we have to draw a line somewhere. And Kevin De Bruyne's performance in this first half was worthy of a halftime substitution for me, because he did nothing but give it away, nothing but. And they're showing a Doku highlight reel here. He's been sensational, Jeremy Doku, and he's someone that keep him fit, because he's quietly become a little bit injury prone, hasn't he? This season he's picked up numerous injuries. That spell he was out injured for was a long period of time, which was concerning. Phil Foden's someone who needs to be here next season, but a much better version of him. I think Haaland, I think, will improve when the team does. I think he's not really dropped that much. I think because the team's dropped, he's dropped. But his goal output's still very, very good. Let me sort this clock out, because the team are on their way. But yeah, Adieu, thank you for the super chat, mate. Doku and Savio need to swap flanks, need to feed Marmouche. Yeah. I don't think we need to swap flanks at the minute. I think we're doing all right. I think they're both doing okay. It'll be interesting to see. I'm curious to see how they do. Second half's about to get underway, and it's going to be Marmouche to kick us off. And we're off. Second half. Will we see a Manchester City comeback? Any substitutions? Non-existent. Kevin De Bruyne is still on the pitch. Rico Lewis has gone into midfield a little bit more prominently, looks like, because straight away he's in that midfield, which is what I thought he would be doing more of in the first half, but he did find himself very wide in the first half. I think Vardiol's had a bit of a stinker as well. Not seen Nico Gonzalez. A couple of nice touches from Nico Gonzalez in the first half, but not really anything else to speak about. And Marmouche was a bit disappointing as well. I hate to say it. I think Savinho and Doku were the two bright sparks in that first half. I can't remember the last time we saw those two play together on the same pitch. I'd love it, mate. I'd love it, Angel. That was my prediction as well. So we're still on. We're still on. But, I mean, do you think we're going to keep a second half clean sheet? Do you think we're going to keep Liverpool out in the second half? I'll be surprised. I'll be very surprised. What could we do? We've got Grealish on the bench, and I'm not sure he's a good option to bring on, because to bring Grealish on, you'd have to take off one of our two best players. Savinho or Doku would have to come off to bring Grealish on. And those two have been playing, they're the two best players. Unless you take off De Bruyne and put Grealish in the middle, well, I'd have no objections to that. I'd like to see that more often. I don't think we've seen it like 2 or 3 times. You know, and against Juventus, wasn't it? Was it against Juventus? No, it wasn't. It was the game before Juventus. Who was it? Was it Forest? When Jack Grealish, we won 3-0 against Forest. I'm pretty sure Jack Grealish played in the middle in that game. I might be wrong. And he was good. He looked good. Marmoush, corner number 3. Near post. Cleared. Actually, it was Gvardiol who tried. It was still not a good enough delivery. Gvardiol had to sprint to the near post to get something on it. And he flicks it out for a goal kick. Marmoush is definitely going to be one of those players that I think next season we'll be seeing 3, 4, maybe even more free kicks flying into top corners. You know, we saw it against Real Madrid. We got a goal from it when he smashed the bar. Nico Gonzalez hits it on the rebound. Savinho, ball in, cleared. Here we go again. Ball in, cleared. I didn't even mean that one. That wasn't even a joke. That was literally me talking, describing what I'm seeing again. Here we go. It's ball in, cleared season. Savinho. You look at the size of our front line there. Rico's up front. Foden's gone in the middle. And, yeah, Rico, Foden and Marmoush versus Gravenberch, Van Dijk and Konate. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. He really is Flash, isn't he? He really is. Roy wants to play short. Come and collect it. The thing is, it's when we turn. That's the thing, Roy, and I agree that that's an approach that we could definitely do. But there's no runners in behind. That's better. That's the little run there from Marmoush. There's more runs going in behind. I've already seen Foden try it. I've seen Marmoush try it. Ball to the edge of the area. Vardiol keeps it alive. Go on. Doku in the penalty area. Looking to cross it. Lays it off to Vardiol. Edge of the area to Marmoush. Chops it. Cruyff turn left foot into Van Dijk. And it's cleared by Trent. Micah, mate, thank you very much for the generous super chat. Really kind of you, that, mate. Even being realistic, no matter how many players you sign, they will need time to gel. Hence, I don't see anything getting better next season. Also, how many players are there to sign in one window, realistically? Well, don't forget, we did a fair bit of business in January. We signed 4 players in January. We've got Etihad coming in as well. So there's 5 players that we'll probably see Etihad before the end of the season, hopefully, as well, which would be good. So those players there are gelling now. So we're getting that job done now, which I think is a good thing. So I think having, you know, doing all of this work in summer would have been too drastic, too difficult to make the changes. Kevin De Bruyne is just giving it away for a throw-in, mate. He's just having a fucking shite game. Straight out for a throw-in. He played it blindly. He turned and he looked, and Savinho was going in. Savinho wanted it on the inside of Robertson, and he just played it behind him and out for a throw-in. There's a reason he's not played. He didn't start in these big games. He didn't play him against Real Madrid. Didn't play him against Arsenal. I think it's obviously why. He's just not up to scratch at the minute, Kevin De Bruyne. And Marmoush has just gone through Jones there. And it's a free kick to Liverpool, but Marmoush is actually in a lot of pain as well. I think Jones has stood on him. Yeah, so... did anyone watch Branthwaite against United? I said it against Real Madrid, and I think I said it the Watchalong before that. Branthwaite is someone I think City should be targeting. I think that's the John Stones replacement. Has he played his last game for City, by the way? John Stones, because the rumours are he's out for months. And if he's out for months, that's him out for the season. And if he's out for the season, is he going to be here next season? What's his contract? Has he got? I think he's got 2 years left. I can't remember, but Edison's contract's up. I'm sure there's like 3 or 4 of them that have got contracts coming to an end. John Stones' contract, I think he might have 2 years left. Is it 2026? Yeah, so he's got another year. he'll probably still be here next year then, won't he? And just used as a sort of bit part player. But I mean, I'm okay with that. If he's happy to stay and do that, I'm happy with that. Because you know he can still do it. And I think when he's played against, what was it? Was it the Real Madrid first leg at the Etihad? He played in midfield, didn't he? He was bloody brilliant, I thought. I thought he was really good again, John Stones. Jeremy Doku, for the first time, really, in this game, has given it away. Tried a bit too much then, coming in field, trying to take on too many Liverpool players. But and here they come, Liverpool halfway line, sprayed out to Mo Salah with so much grass to run into the penalty area. Mo Salah, ball across, nearly got back across by Robertson. It's going to go out for a throw, and I thought Jones was going to get on the end of Mo Salah's cross there. He makes it look easy, doesn't he, Salah? I wish he'd piss off, to be honest. Come on, City. Next season will be better, says Tero Don. Yeah, I think it will be. What I was going to say at the start of the stream, actually, was I'm going to find it interesting how Liverpool handle the rest of the season now. Because they've obviously now... But it's hard to gauge because I think if they win this, that they're 11 points ahead of Arsenal, even though they will have played a game more than Arsenal. I think that almost guarantees Liverpool are going to win the league, even though Arsenal have a game in hand. I think Arsenal will drop points. But I'm still curious to see how Liverpool finish the season. Because if City do get better, and we know that this is the stage of the season that's the most important. Great little dummy there from Savinho. Kevin De Bruyne keeps the ball alive, plays it to a City shirt, and then... Fucking hell. Foden and Marmoush getting confused. De Bruyne just slide tackles Pep Guardiola. What the fuck? What's going on? He just slide tackle, completely missed the Liverpool player. Nearly took out Pep. Right in the shins. Fucking hell. Luis Diaz on the left. Got cushion off to beat. Sticks a leg out. Still keeps it. Pokes it back to Curtis Jones, and Liverpool just toying with us on the edge of the area here. Christian McFarlane could be our right back. He looks promising, doesn't he? He's from New York. He looks promising. But we're going for Cambiasso as well, so I wouldn't have a problem with both of them, really. Cambiasso and McFarlane maybe as his young understudy to be... Because Cambiasso's a ready-made player for that position, isn't he? He's got the ability to play in midfield and left-back as well, don't forget. So he's got that versatility. Here's Mo Salah. Ball into Szoboszlai, back heel, intercepted by Nico Gonzalez. Does well there, Nico. Good positioning. Coming forward, looking for options. Foden, first time pass out to Marmoush, who's now on the left side. He's got 4 Liverpool players in front of him. Give him a chance, City. Let's move about. Let's have some movement. It's static. You like statues. It's pedestrian. Move about. Make some space. Pull. Liverpool, look how still the game is. It's just dead. It's lifeless. Move about. Make some runs. Yeah, Doku's just doing it for you, and he's trying. He gives it away, but he's trying. He's trying. You can't do it by himself, though, lads. You've got to help him. Make some runs for him. Dink down the line, and Ake is going to pick that up. So frustrating watching this. Josh, mate, thank you very much. Foden giving it away, just as I was fucking driving me insane watching this. Oh. Salah's picked up a ball from Alisson on the halfway line. And he sent Luis Diaz away. He's in. Rico's got to get back. Kusanov gets back. And Rico picks it up eventually. And we get it cleared. But simple stuff from Liverpool. Just one long looping pass from Alisson straight into the unmarked Mo Salah on the halfway line, who plays a ball right through the heart of City's defence and sends Luis Diaz away. And Rico and Kusanov together get back in time and sort of just make it uncomfortable for Luis Diaz and take the ball off him. But still, mate, come on. Appreciate that, Josh. Top and bottom of it is that we are trying to stretch the time of these older players. It's not going to work. Hope this is a big wake-up call. 100% it is. And Szoboszlai's in. It's going to be 3. It's 3-0. It's 3-0. So shit. So shit. So shit. But you know what? You're not going to break me. You can't break me. You know why? Because we never win at home and we never win away. We lost last week and we lost today. We don't give a fuck because we're all pissed up. MCFC, okay. City! City! City! City! City! City! We'll be back. Come on, City. Come on, City. 3-0 Liverpool. Fuck 'em. Might be offside anyway. Might be offside anyway. Looks close. Looks very, very close. He looks offside, actually. So, maybe not. Maybe not. 2. For now, it's 2. Come on, City. Top 4, FA Cup. Hardly surprising that we're getting battered here by Liverpool, and he's offside. 2-0. Farland is a left back, but Pep can turn him into a right back. And on contrast to Rico, dude is tall and can get buffed and strong. Put Rico in midfield. I don't think there's a place in the starting 11 for Rico Lewis next season. No goal. It's offside. Curtis Jones then. See what I mean? That's what I mean. It's psychologically, like, he's lifting him up. Like, you know what I mean? That's a lift for City. You'd think that's a lift for City, if anything. Have you ever seen when VAR happens and an offside goal happens? Normally, hang on a minute, Marmouche. I thought we fucking passed the post then. Imagine if we'd scored that. You know what I mean? Honestly. Normally, a goal disallowed reinvigorates the side that got away with it. Like in this case, City. You'd think, right, we're still in with a chance here, you know? 2-0 rather than 3-0. You never know, let's get back into the game. Instead, you just saw City sloppy and like casual and Liverpool going, come on, they fired them up. You know what I mean? Ball in, cleared. They just want it more. And it's like, where's your pride? Some of these players are just not playing with any pride. It's like they're not worthy of this. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm only going to try if there's a title race on the line. It's almost like that. It's like they're too good to be fighting for top 4, so we're not going to bother. Not all of them. I'm talking about like Kevin De Bruyne's performance in this whole 59 minutes has been an absolute joke. It really has. It's so depressing to watch his performance. Foden's not been far behind him. He's been virtually non-existent. Some heavy touches from Foden, not been good enough. And he worries me more than anybody because he should be absolutely peak of his career. You know, he's not aging. He's got the legs. He's got the ability. Player of the season last year. So what has happened to Phil Foden to fall to this level? Killing me watching it. It's killing me. Wants to see Grealish 58, Godge 58. Oh, Adriano, mate, don't remind me. He's probably reading a book or something. It's a good point, I'd say. Ball in. Oh, lovely little clearance by Kasanov. That's good, that. I like that. Kevin De Bruyne gives a corner away. Tried his best not to. He's not aging. Yeah, it's literally impossible not to age, isn't it? So, you know what I meant, you knob. You know exactly what I meant. Duckster, how you doing? How shit are we at corners, pal? For fuck's sake. I do love for fuck's sake. It's one of my favourite phrases. We've got a corner to defend right now, mate. So in terms of scoring them and defending them, we're not very good at scoring from them. And we've already conceded one in this game. And we face another right now. Ball into the edge of the area. Virgil van Dijk can bring it down on his chest. Shot over the bar. How is that happening? How is a ball being... And it was loopy. It wasn't like whipped in with pace. It was looped in. And Virgil van Dijk just walks to the edge of the area and just brings it down on his chest. Lays it off for Robertson. This is all in our own area with like 10 City players in the box with him. Do you know what I mean? What are we doing? How is that happening? How is the guy chesting a corner? How is that happening? Unbelievable. I don't mind it going in for an aerial duel and that you got to head it because there's no other option. But to have enough time to bring it down on your chest is taking the piss. Taking the piss. He probably is, mate. I do let him have non-alcoholic beer. He actually enjoys the taste of beer. I don't let him drink normal beer. Let's not get me sent to fucking prison for something I've just said. But I do let him have non-alcoholic beer. And what 7-year-old enjoys the taste of beer? When I was little, I hated the taste of beer, man. It's like absolutely grim. Obviously, I've changed now as I've gotten older, but the thought of having a beer, ugh. And right now, I'm hungover to fuck as well. So even now, I'm like, ugh, thought of a beer. Cheers, Elanis, mate. Your support on the channel is unreal, mate. Massively appreciate it. Before this game, if City win 7 of the remaining games and Liverpool loses 6, we could have taken ball in and it's into Alisson. If Liverpool loses 6, we could have take the league. I guess is unrealistic, but it could happen now. I don't understand, mate, to be honest, but there's absolutely no chance we're winning the league. If you're implying that we have a chance of winning the league, mate, no way are we winning the league. Even before this game, there was no chance of winning the league. Not even because Liverpool could collapse, it's because we're just not good enough. Diaz, Edison with a save, one for the cameras there, flying in the top corner, and Luis Diaz does the old thing that's really getting on my tits now with football players. Really getting on my tits. Everything they do is like, come on! Fucking let's be having you! What's her name? Delia Smith. Was it Delia Smith? What was that? Was that her name? Norwich. Do you know who that was against, by the way? That was against us. That was at City. Norwich, what were they? 2-0 down against City. And Delia Smith comes on the pitch like, where are you? Where are you? Let's be having you! Huh? And then all the Norwich fans are just like, look, fucking get off the pitch. Get off the fucking pitch. So embarrassing, man. She was shit-faced. Oh, it was so funny. And it was against us. It's so funny that no one remembers that it was against us. That's such a funny thing that it was typical City, that was. Ball in, cleared by Vardiol to the edge of the area to Trent, who's going away from goal. Got to go back to the halfway line where Gravenberch is. I bet no one knows what I'm talking about, Steve. I bet loads of people don't even know who Delia Smith is and the fact that she was involved with Norwich. But ball given away to Nico Gonzalez here, who took... How long do you think you've got on the ball there, mate? Fucking hell, took his time on that. De Bruyne just about gets it to Savinho. Nearly sent it out for another throw-in, and I would have lost my shit if he did that then. Like, I can't believe how... his radar's broken, isn't it? He's got a broken radar. Kevin De Bruyne's passes just like... flying everywhere but towards a City shirt at the minute. Micah, how you doing? What happened to Erling Haaland? Is he out for the season? I don't know, and I'm really worried. You know, the fact that he was on the bench against Real Madrid made me think he'd play in this game, and it's just a bit precautionary. But the fact that he's not even on the bench today has really got me worried. Really got me worried, because we've offered nothing in this second half as an attacking threat. I thought in the first 20 minutes, Savinho's just about got past Robertson. He's got Gravenberch to beat now. Onto his left foot. Savinho lays it off. Shocking layoff. It's so underhit. McAtee's come on, by the way, and I should have mentioned that. McAtee's come on. And I'm presuming, because I've lost sight of who. No, he's not come on. He's about to come on. I thought that was McAtee who had a shock, but it wasn't. McAtee's about to come on. Guess who's coming off, by the way? I don't need to say his name, because you know who should be coming off, and he is coming off. And I don't think he should be starting in many football matches for the rest of the season, which I hate saying it. I hate saying it. I'm not enjoying this. Sticking the knife in Kevin De Bruyne is not something I feel very comfortable with. But we've got to talk about what's happening. And he's just not at the level we need him to be. We can't put him on the pitch because of memories. Do you know what I mean? Let's play him because he used to be good. He used to do this and he used to do that. Oh, Savinho to the byline. Oh, and he's just overran it. Good effort by Savinho and a patronising pat on the back from Virgil van Dijk. Fuck off, mate. Give him a little pat on the back, like, good effort. You dickhead. He is annoyingly good, isn't he? Jeremy Doku fouled by Szoboszlai. Tries to take a quick one, decides against it. But yeah, Makation, who definitely brought a little bit of life to the Real Madrid game, which... yeah. Sebastian, mate, what are you doing? Chill out, mate. Absolutely, Hayes Records. Loyal to the badge, not the personnel. Completely agree. You're absolutely right. Ball in by Marmoush is reasonably good. Into Nathan Ake. And it just sort of hit him and then dropped. And typical of the whole game, really, the quickest players to react to a situation that could have been beneficial. But it's the Liverpool players who react quickest and clear the ball. Vardiol with a throw-in down by the corner flag. Right in front of where my lad's sat right now as well. Just if anyone's wondering. That's where my lad will be. Doku with a lovely little spin. Trent Alexander-Arnold is a bit... Foden with the touch. He's so poor, man. What a fucking turn by Doku. Brilliant turn. Skinned Trent Alexander-Arnold for the 650th time. How many times has Trent been bullied by Jeremy Doku in this game? Incredible performance from Jeremy Doku so far. Passes it nice and crisp right into Phil Foden. Foden tries to take it on the turn. Completely miscontrols it. Chance gone. I'm going on to SofaScore because I want to see what Jeremy Doku has been doing to Trent Alexander-Arnold so far in this game. Not the good Kaká, Ryan. Foden, that's a better touch. Shot into Gravenberch. Yeah, not the good Kaká. You mean the Kaká as in the poo-poo. Not the Kaká, Brazilian Kaká. Because his touch was ridiculous. What a player Kaká was. So underratedly quick as well, wasn't he? Deceptively quick. I remember that goal he scored against United at Old Trafford. Where I think I can't remember the two defenders is. Jeremy Doku again. Lays it off to Nico. Have a shot, mate. I mean, nah, it's going to get blocked. Plays it simply to Rico. But that goal he scored against Old Trafford where he went through two players. Savinho to the byline. Hard and low cross. We can win that if we did. No. Cleared. How many times, man? Jeremy Doku so far, let me tell you. Dribble attempts, 13, 10 completed. 10 out of 13. He's unbelievable in one-on-one situations. Let's go to Trent. How many times has he been dribbled past? Dribbled past 9! 9! In 70 minutes of football. I've never seen... Normally a player, a defender's like 1, 2 is a bad game for a defender. If you get dribbled past twice, you've had a bad game. 9! 9 of them, they're all Doku. All of them are Doku. And here he is, Jeremy Doku. He's got Salah to beat him. They're scared shitless of Jeremy Doku. It's just such a shame that the rest of them around him are just offering him zero help. Anytime he does anything positive, it's just completely let down. Savinho's trying his best. He's not as effective as Jeremy Doku, in all honesty. Savinho's doing his best. He's nowhere near the level of Doku in this game, though. Doku's been absolutely top class in this game. Unplayable. Unplayable. It's just when the ball's crossed from Doku, there's no one in there to finish it. You know, you wonder if Haaland was playing, what chances could have been. Haaland's under positional awareness of where to put yourself when a player's about to cross the ball that's his bread and butter, you know, and we just need to see that chemistry develop next season with Doku and Haaland. Because I think it's a chemistry that's a relationship that's been quite underwhelming. And imagine if they clicked, though. Imagine if they clicked. Here he is, Jeremy Doku into the penalty area. Doku shot, it's blocked. He's had enough, Doku. I'm not even passing it, I'm having a shot. I don't blame him. Do not blame him in the slightest. Ball out to Savinho. It's been misread by Robertson. Ball in. It's Doku at the back post. Shot. Doku, and it's saved by Alisson. Good to see you, Clara. Good to see Doku play well. He's quietly quite injury prone. I said that earlier and you're absolutely correct. Worrying that, isn't it? But good to see him back. Yeah. Gutted. Gutted, Jeremy. McAtee now with a heavy touch. Am I being harsh on Foden? Was I being harsh on Kevin De Bruyne? Because I have so much guilt when I talk about these players in this way. I think Foden's attitude has been better than it was against Real Madrid, but that's about it. And that's hardly an achievement, is it? Having a good attitude, running, that's the bare minimum. That should be bog standard. That should be zero. That should be the baseline of every football player that plays for Manchester City. Running. And that's all he's done today. That's all he's done. He's ran. You know, and that's better than what was against Real Madrid. But we need to see more quality on the ball from Phil Foden. His touch has been so poor. Endo and Tsimikas coming on for Liverpool. If we can keep this game at 2-0, I think we can be reasonably pleased, to be honest, because Liverpool seem to have taken their foot off the gas. They're not really coming forward. It's been mostly City in the last 20 minutes, having the ball, not doing much with it other than Jeremy Doku, who's just been bullying Trent Alexander-Arnold, which has been very entertaining. But it's not amounted to anything, sadly. Big up, Elanis. Your support's fucking next level, mate. Next level support for this channel. Really appreciate it. Is it issue Marmoush no staying in the middle? When Doku drives in, Marmoush is just so close and away from the goal position. Possibly. Yeah. I mean, it's a very... When Doku gets the ball, Konate and Van Dijk drop so deep. They just fill that 6-yard box, and they fill it better than most, because not only are they absolutely quality at positioning, they're big. They're really, really big, and they're so difficult to get past, you know, because they can stretch over things, like they can reach balls that most defenders can't reach. There it goes again, Van Dijk clearing a long ball, aimlessly punted forward by Ake, but Savinho with a couple of step overs to the byline, keeps it alive. Just about good play from Savinho. Gets it back to Foden, who takes his time with it, gets it to Rico, and then we slow everything down. And Nico Gonzalez with a nice little dink to Savinho. No one's in the box, but here's Mahmoud. Oh, Rico! Into the side netting. Into the side netting. Tell you what, if we bag a goal, 15 minutes to go, we could be getting something out of this game. That's the best thing we've done all game, I think, that right there. Very nearly, I thought, again, just exactly what I was saying. The size of Van Dijk, reaching, stretching, a big left boot there. Exactly what I just said. Positional awareness, brilliant. Because Marmoush was going to score. It was going to be 2-1. Marmoush with a tap in. But Van Dijk there once again. He's fucking class, isn't he? And here's Mo Salah. He's going to finish the game off here. If Ake doesn't deal with it, he doesn't. Salah's still got it. Edge of the area. Salah, shot. Edison saves. No. No, Josh. I mean, 7 weeks is the season, basically, isn't it? We've lost Haaland for the fucking season. Where'd you hear that from, mate? Killing me. That's depressing, mate, Josh. Trent coming forward. Gets it into Szoboszlai. Salah pokes it on, but he's overrun it. By the way, McAllister's fine, isn't he? I forgot. I thought he was going off injured in the first half. Completely forgot that he actually got up and has played the rest of the game. I think that's important. I think that's important for Liverpool. Here's Doku. Good ball into Foden, who lays it off to Nico Gonzalez. Everything Foden has tried today has been nothing that we got. Doku again, mate. Look at him. Look at him. Ball across. No one there. He's absolutely brilliant, Jeremy Doku. Fucking hell. Jeremy Doku, mate. The rest of you, you fucking... Come on. I'm loving this performance from Jeremy Doku. He's got it again. I don't know how he's getting on the end of some of the ball in from Foden. Cleared. Ball in. Cleared. Ball out to Doku. Trent, more shit, dribbling down his leg. Oh, Doku, get him off. He's put it out for a goal kick. Get him off. Get Jeremy Doku off right now. No. The only player, really, to... 3 substitutions for Manchester City. Marmoush is one of them. For İlkay Gundogan. Yeah, not sure what the thinking is here. There's got to be a shuffle. Something's got a James McAtee going up front. Ake off for Ruben Diaz. I think that's a good decision because Nathan Ake survived the game injury-free, considering Nico Gonzalez off for Kovacic. Again, managing minutes, I think those last 2. I think the Gundogan for Marmoush is tactical. And I think the other 2 is just a case of we cannot afford to lose Nathan Ake to an injury because we've got no John Stones pretty much for the rest of the season. And we've got Akanji out for 10 weeks as well, which pretty much rules him out for the rest of the season as well. So if we lose Ake, we've only got Heiss, Kusanov, and Diaz. So we're strapped at the back for centre-backs. But what is he doing with Marmoush coming off? I mean... I say he's taken off a goal threat. He wasn't a goal threat. Marmoush wasn't a threat at any point in this second half. There wasn't a single moment where like, oh, nearly from Marmoush. No, he's been anonymous in this game. He's had no chances at all. So bringing him off is tactical. But to do what? I'm imagining McAtee is probably going to push up a little bit higher, maybe try and get on the end of some of these crosses that no one else is. It'll be interesting to see who's up front now for City. Foden pushing higher? Probably. I mean, Foden, what's he been doing? You're killing me, Josh, with that super chat. If that's true, mate, fuck's sake, man. It's great news, that, wasn't it? I mean, we got away with it, man, this weekend. We really did. We got away with it. Chelsea lost. Bournemouth lost. Because right now, we could have started this game in 6th place. And Newcastle now are on the same points as us. So we're still very much in a better position than some, I think, in terms of finishing in the top 4. The fact our fixture list for the rest of the season is probably better than most. They're winnable fixtures. And if you're going to trust me with my logic that I think we just seem to have an inferiority complex against sides like Liverpool, Arsenal, Real Madrid, PSG. They're the games we're losing at the minute. So far, we've been beating everyone else. You know, which to some isn't enough. And I agree, it isn't enough. But it could be enough to get in the top 4, and it could be enough to win an FA Cup. But you worry, don't you? You worry. Make sure you're hitting that like button, everybody. If you've just tuned in as well, consider subscribing if you're new, and there's a link in the description if you're interested in becoming a member. Jeremy Doku, here you go. I took too long on it. He's gone central. Bit of a change in system here, because Doku's not really as wide. And he's heading wide now, but McAtee and Gundogan look like they're going up front. It's going to be a corner, is it? No, goal kick. I'm alright. It's allowed to dream though, aren't I, mate? I'm allowed to dream. We've got Plymouth. And then it's quarters after that. Good interception by Kovacic, and then he took too long on the ball and had it taken off him. No Liverpool, no Arsenal in the FA Cup. I think Forest, are they out? So in terms of positions in the league, we're the highest placed team in terms of league position in the FA Cup. So by that logic, we should be favourites to win it. But it's not really that sort of season, is it? Because it's knockout football as well. Ball switched for Doku to bring under control, and he couldn't do that brought it down on his chest and bounced off him. Exactly right, Christine. I agree. We can't lose hope. You know what I mean? There's no point watching if we're just like, what's the point? If we're not winning an FA Cup and we're not going to finish in the top 4, we're not going to win a FIFA Club World Cup, then you might as well just start fucking watching Tiddlywinks or something. Take up a different sport. You know, what's the point? That's why I've got so much respect for these mid-table teams, the fan bases for like Palace and like Fulham. And like, you know what I mean? They go into every season not thinking they just want to enjoy a bit of football, you know what I mean? And obviously our standards are higher than that now, but I mean, let's just watch the football, let's see what happens. You know, we're still in it. We can win an FA Cup. Trent goes very long here. Kasanov should deal with this. He's got back in position, knocks it back to Edison. Who's comparing City to United, Alanus? Oh, Salah's in there. He's got options. Great ball into Szoboszlai. It's going to be... Oh, what a tackle by Kasanov, but injured. He's hurt. Ruben Diaz. I missed what happened. He booted the ball against Kovacic. Kovacic is like 40 yards ahead of him. 30 yards ahead of him. And Ruben Diaz just smashes it into the spine of Kovacic. What is he doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, let's get this season done and then let's roll on the transfer window. Get some new players in. New season, new feeling. And we'll be back. We'll be back next season. Corner ball. McAllister. Deep. Konate should be... Oh, he's got it all wrong there. He should have... Free as a bird, Konate. Completely misjudges his header. And we get away with it. City come forward. 7 minutes to go. Long ball over the top. One for Phil Foden to chase. Simicaz gets underneath it. And Alisson... It's not a back pass. I don't know. It's a bit hopeful asking for a back pass there. Not a back pass. He just boots it. It's coming over the top like that, and Simicaz just volleys it, and he's aiming. He's just trying to kick it anywhere, and it goes up in the air to Alisson, who catches it with one hand. And a few hopeful City fans in the stadium went, "Back pass!" Nah, no chance. Vardiol gets in front of Mo Salah there. Still not cleared it though. Ball down the line, straight to Szoboszlai. It's crap, this game. It's been really poor. Do you think we're going to Spurs and beating them? Because what's the next round of fixtures? I need to sneeze. There we go. Bournemouth are away to Brighton on Tuesday night. So you're hoping Brighton can do us a favour there. And they've been playing good football lately, Brighton. They've been winning lately. Who've Newcastle got? Away to Liverpool. So that's good. Chelsea are going to get 3 points because they're at home to Southampton. So they're going to be the ones to watch out for. And we are away to Spurs. Forest are at home to Arsenal, which is interesting. So I think the sides around us are probably going to drop points again. And we might get away with not beating Spurs. But Chelsea, they're definitely going to pick up 3 points against Southampton because everyone beats Southampton. Jeremy Doku's just fucking superb. He can't do it on his own, though. That's the thing. It's very much been give it him and let's hope. That's a free kick, is it not? Fucking hell. Liverpool coming forward. Mo Salah. He's overhit it. Since I hate even numbers, here's my 5th super chat. Appreciate that, mate. What have you got it in for even numbers? Is that like OCD, is it? Or is it just a passionate hatred that you were born with? Appreciate the super chat though, Micah, mate. Really do. And you, Elanis, mate, as well. You've been absolutely dropping bombs. Big donations. I really appreciate it. And all of you in the chat, as usual. Keeping the chat nice and enjoyable. Big up to you, Jeff, as well. Has your food arrived, Jeff? Has your sweets arrived? Sweets and chocolates. Oh, Doku. Heavy touch from Doku, but, you know, you can forgive him. So Liverpool look like they're going to do the double over us. The last time they did the double over the champions was against United in 2013. '13-14 season. Wasn't that the season we won the league with Pellegrini and they were challenging us? That was... wasn't that when Luis Suarez cried against Crystal Palace? 3-0 up. And they absolutely bottled it in the second half. This does not slip now. This does not slip now. Let's enjoy those memories because we're playing these shithouses right now and they're absolutely, completely bossing us. So let's remember how good it used to be. Slippy G. That was so funny, man. It's crazy how he said those words. This does not slip now. Ball in. Gundogan. Can't control it. Because no one can control it today. You can't control your own piss, half of you. I guarantee all of them are going into the changing room. There's going to be piss all over the toilet seat. None of you can control shit. Or piss. Or a football. Fuck's sake. Gundogan again, giving it away. Unbelievable, man. Good ball from Savinho. No one in there. It's so depressing, mate. But it'll be warm on the feet, though. That's the problem. I know what you mean, though. That was so good that he said he poured a cold bucket of water on the away dressing room. I love all that stuff. Doku beats Endo. And Doku beats Trent. And Endo with a strong tackle gets back eventually. Can't do it on his own, lads. You know what I mean? He's just rinsed two of them. I don't know. The numbers for Jeremy Doku, by the way. It's a Poonami. Yeah, come on, people. Let's get to 500 likes. Vic's calling the shots. Big up to you, Vic. Duxter, mate. Thank you. Share typical City Blues. Let's get this mofo up to 100k for fuck's sake. Big up to you, Duxter. I appreciate that, mate. Let them have their say, Isa. Let them have their say. I'm not asked. I know you might be asked. I'm not asked. It's fine. You're not going to get much bitterness, Richard, from us, really, because I think most of us here actually... You're the lesser of two evils, Richard. The way we see it, and I mean, it's very uncomfortable for me to say that I would rather Liverpool win the league than Arsenal. And I never thought before doing this YouTube shenanigans that I'm now doing I'd ever say such a thing, because I've never had to interact with the Arsenal fan base in my life, because they're down south. I live in Manchester, so I don't ever have to interact with them. Scousers, on the other hand, I used to work in Liverpool. I came across many, many Scousers. Yeah, so I had to live or work with and interact with them. So I've always felt like I don't want them to win it. Do you know what I mean? It's now doing what I do and coming across the Arsenal fan base and the social media FC and Netflix FC next season. They're fucking insufferable, mate. You know, I consider Liverpool to be not be far behind in terms of how much I'm willing to suffer. But they are worse than you, mate. So some of us are a little bit like, at least it's not Arsenal. So I don't think you're going to get the tears you want here, mate, unfortunately. Because we've already resigned ourselves to this season. You know, we know what we're getting here. We've written off the Premier League, you know, and you're not getting 100 points. That's one thing you're not doing, something we've done. You're not getting a treble, again. You know, it's not for everybody. Getting that level of success in one season, that's what we do. You know, not the sort of thing you can do, unfortunately. But yeah. Anyway, any more Liverpool fans in here? Haaland looking glum, hand on his forehead, very unhappy. Erling Haaland. I'm so glad to see him feeling like that because it's the right attitude. If I saw him, that's what I'm talking about. There's so many players now. You just see the camera pan to them, and they're on the phone, like looking fucking scrolling Instagram or whatever, fucking, and then someone speaks to them and they're having a little joke. He's sat there miserable, watching the game, focused on the game, and he's depressed, like he should be. Exactly the right thing to be right now. Like all of us City fans watching this, it's a shower. We've been absolutely crap. And he feels it, and I'm loving it. I love seeing him doing it, because it means he cares. And I'm so proud to see him. That guy's, he's a City fan, you know, Haaland. He's a proper City fan. He gets it. He gets it. He gets us, and he gets it. He gets the club, and it's going to be 3-0 in a minute. They're going to put the cherry on the cake. Simicaz, ball across. Diaz clears it with his right testicle. Simicaz, ball in again. Cleared by McAtee. And Gundogan can bring it away. It's almost like that, isn't it, to be honest? I've not been impressed by Liverpool in the slightest, you know. I think we were there for a beating today. This could have been a humiliating game for City today. You know, if the first half of the season Liverpool turn up here, the pre-Christmas Liverpool played today against this City side. But it's the side that turned up against Wolves that were very lucky to beat Wolves, in my opinion. It's just a shame that we didn't even play as good as Wolves. Like, do you know what I mean? We couldn't even achieve that. Like, Wolves went to Anfield and gave them a game. We've not even done that. We've offered virtually nothing. Only Jeremy Doku is something to be proud of coming out of this game today. I thought he's been absolutely sensational, Jeremy Doku. Ball over the top. Salah's off the pitch, by the way, thank fuck. So that ball over the top seems pretty aimless now. Go on, here we go. Let's make it 2-1. No, of course not. Foden's ball out to Doku. One last dribbling attempt here from Jeremy Doku. It's a free kick. Referee, Anthony Taylor, you fucking shithouse. Free kick all day long, but he doesn't do it. There goes the full-time whistle. 2-0 isn't the end of the world, really, considering how that game went. Better luck next time, Johnny. You'll beat Spurs, says Captain Pringles. Pringles on the mind, that's why. Captain Kringles, but I have Pringles on the mind, mate. That's why. Because they've been eyeing me up this whole fucking stream. You know, and Pringles are perfect for a hangover. Shit! That's what that was. Shit. Hardly surprising. Hardly surprising. And, yeah. Unfortunate that we are once again witnessing a familiar pattern of football, the way the game panned out in the end. I just don't think there was anything surprising. It was just a case of like a flattening performance again, a very underwhelming. You just sigh. It makes you sigh. Do you know what I mean? I think we're all. I mean, if you're still ranting and raving and screaming at this side now, it's like, mate, nothing's going to be achieved by doing that now. We're well past that. We're well past that. This is just a case of like, Sam again, yeah. Oh, great, shit, brilliant. Just pants, just crap. Very, very disappointing, but same old, really, isn't it? Well, that's got me worried. That's a bit worrying. But, yeah. Not sure I don't think you should be working for... Tell your mum that she should definitely not get a job working in the PR department for Pringles, put it that way. Fucking delicious. Right, I've had one. Do you know what? I've had one, and it's like... You know, it's almost like, dare I say, once I pop, I can't stop. It's almost like that. I think they might. I might email them with that idea. Pringles might be able to use that one. It's a good idea, that. Better than fucking cancer crisps, anyway, Hannah. Jesus, unbelievable. Yeah, not good enough from City. Again, very, very piss poor performance from so many players. Kevin De Bruyne, for me, should he be getting into a starting 11, maybe ever, for the rest of the season? I think Liverpool can definitely go and get their parade ready now. I think that's pretty much finished Arsenal, almost definitely finished Arsenal off. I think they were finished before this game, in all honesty. I don't think Arsenal are going to come back from this. But we no longer have to face a side that is better than us, on paper at least. On the day, who knows, Plymouth could play better than us, the way we've been so inconsistent this season. But the on-paper form in terms of Liverpool, Real Madrid, Arsenal, sides that are notoriously difficult to beat anytime you play them, we don't have to face any of them anymore for the rest of the season. So we should be looking at the fixture list now saying, we shouldn't be we're losing any more games now. We shouldn't be losing any more games. And not like this as well, just so flat and lifeless, toothless, spineless. Name a body part and it was less. Do you know what I mean? Name a body part. Penisless. Testicle, it was definitely ballless. No cojones whatsoever. Elenis, mate, appreciate your support. City hired a bald couch. Couch, I presume you mean. And we win all titles, then all teams. And then all teams hire bald coaches. We started losing. So we need to change back to a hairy coach to win again. What the fuck, man? We need to get some big bushy-haired man in. With a great big bushy beard. Yeah, man. I mean, or just get Pep with get him some of those, what are they called? Plugs. That's a funny tasting water. Not sure what's going on there. Dalton Juice, mate. Thank you for the super chat. KDB, Gundo and Bernardo need to go. They are finished. Foden needs to step up or get out. I think you're right. It's just, like I said earlier, we have to be careful about how we speak about Kevin De Bruyne and Gundogan and Bernardo. You're right, they do need to go, but it's hard to deduce. Speaking of juice, your name's Juice. Deduce tone from what you're saying. Do you know what I mean? How are you saying it, I think, is important. Like, if you're saying, like, get the fuck out of my club, get Kevin De Bruyne out, get Bernardo out, get, what was it, Gundogan out, get them out of my club. You know what I mean? If you're saying it like, they need to go. They just need to go. There's a difference in the way you say it. You know what I mean? And I don't know how you're saying it. You said they are finished. Again, I think you're right in what you've said. But it's like, we need to be respectful. So I don't know whether that was typed with venom or typed with a sad heart. And that's how I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it like that. And I think you mean well and you're right. And I think you're right. And it's just frustrating that we have to say these things. And it's uncomfortable because you can't forget the memories. You know what I mean? But like I said in the stream, like I said in the middle of the game, you can't play players because of memories. Do you know what I mean? Like, and Nostalgia FC. Is that what we are now? Nostalgia FC. Like, let's remember what we used to do. That's fucking United, that is. That's what they do. They've been playing off nostalgia. Their fans have just lived off their historic successes, you know, but they actually haven't done anything decent for a very long time. You know, in terms of, I mean, how they even got an FA Cup last season is beyond me. But look at them now, you know. So while it's not great, our standards are high. It could be so much worse. I think we'll bounce back. I really believe we'll bounce back. Not this season. I'm talking about next season. But, I mean, we've still got silverware up for grabs. And, I mean, if we go and bag an FA Cup, we bag a FIFA Club World Cup. We can end the season saying we won the Community Shield, we won the FA Cup, and we won the FIFA Club World Cup. I know I'm clutching at straws and I'm imagining things that are very unlikely to happen. But imagine if we did that. Imagine if we won. And we've been so bad and we still bag some trophies, man. Once again, the Skybox is about to go on standby mode. I'm quite happy for you to fuck off, to be honest. I'm not sure I want to watch the highlights. But, yeah, really, really poor from City today. Make sure you're hitting that like button, everybody, before I go. And I've not got a video tomorrow because soon I'm going to be in a new house, and it's going to be a temporary house, unfortunately. So just to quickly explain my circumstances, we've had to sell the house and the area around it, the land that it is being developed on now, and having new builds put up around our current house. So while I'm going to keep this office probably for a couple of weeks, I've got to move house to a temporary house, and the guy who's buying it is giving us a house to live in. While this has like building all going on around it, like really invasive building around us, so it's not really ideal to live in. But I could still work in this office temporarily, so come and go. So there's going to be a couple of weeks of sporadicness, and then eventually I'm going to be in a new house which is temporary while we still look for the house that's permanent. Very, very complicated and boring, to be honest, but soon, in about a week, maybe 2 weeks, you're going to have a different room. I'm going to be in a different room. But I need to organise all of this. So tomorrow I've got removal men coming into the house, and I need to, what's the word, escort them and tell that needs to go there and that needs to go there and all that shit. So I've got a busy day tomorrow. So no video tomorrow, unfortunately. And I'm going to be busy all week. So I'm going to try and get some content out as much as I can. Obviously, I'll be back for the Spurs game. So we'll have a watch-along plan for that. I'll try and get a preview out for the Spurs game again. That's on Wednesday. Yeah, arguably the hardest game of the season left for us, really, is that game. I think Forest away is in there as well. We've got some tough games to go. But I think we can be, not confident, but I think we can be looking at saying, yeah, we could win a Champions League spot, top 4 spot. I think we can get in there. But yeah, Elenis, thanks for the super chat just before I shoot off. Although we love them for what they give us, KDB, Gundo, Silver and Stones need open the way for fresh players in those positions. This way sounds better. Yeah, exactly. And I think Dalton Juice meant it in a nice way. I don't think he was being totally disrespectful. I'm sure he's well aware of how good these guys have been, man. Chair's coming with me, Duxter. Chair's coming with me, mate. It's fucking expensive, mate. Of course it's coming with me. Definitely. It's fucking the rip-off, man. Anyone thinking about getting a Secret Lab chair, they're fine. They're good. Pretty comfortable. By the way, Secret Lab, if you're interested in sponsoring the channel, you hit me up. Hit me up. Other than that, yeah, they're all right. Way overpriced. Way overpriced. Yeah. But anyway, right, Blues. Hardly a surprising result in the end, was it? Hardly surprising. I feel flat. I feel very flat. And I feel sorry for my son who had to witness that today. But, hey, I don't feel sorry for him that much because he's lucky enough to go to a football match, which I know a lot of you would give your right arm to do that. So, while I feel sorry for him, he doesn't know how lucky he is to go to the Etihad. Very, very lucky. By Noble Rocker is same Secret Lab, just cheaper. Oh, I think I've heard of him. Yeah, I think I've heard of him. I'm all right. I've got this chair now, haven't I? I've got this chair. So I'm good with this, Elenis, mate. But I appreciate your super chats, mate. Really do. Up the road. Up the road, mate. Not that far from where I am right now. But yeah, it's got to happen. And eventually when I move, it's, again, not going to be a million miles away. But permanently. So I've got a lot of setting up to do, because obviously it's not easy to set up all this shit. You have no idea what goes on around here, by the way. There's like a crazy amount of wires and all sorts that you just can't see here. There's a big long one here. Stupid, man. Anyway. Right, Blues, take care. Apologies that we had a bit of a poo afternoon. I don't know why I'm apologising. I've got nothing to apologise for, really. I just feel like I'm apologising on behalf of the football team today, because I felt very flat after watching that. I thought there'd be more fight, and I'm gutted. Doku, by the way, brilliant. Doku. Let's enjoy that Go and watch the Jeremy Doku highlights because I think that'll cheer you up. We start playing anywhere near the level of Jeremy Doku, the rest of them start doing that, then we can start winning football matches again. Even though we're not expecting everyone to dribble like he dribbles, but put in the effort, mate. Put in the output, the quality to your particular position, the relevancy of output to your position. Do you know what I mean? Play like that, mate. Like, fucking hell, Doku was sensational today. Typical City stream setup tour coming soon. Yeah. I'll say behind the scenes. It's a shame this house is going, man, because this has been the whole channel the whole time. And in about a week, 2 weeks, maybe 3, it's gone, man. I'm going to miss it so much. I'm going to really miss streaming from this. I bet I'm weird. Do you know, like, when I move, I bet I'm like uncomfortable for the first couple of videos. It's like holding the phone in your left hand. You've ever had a phone call and held the phone in your left hand? If you're right-handed, if you hold the phone in your right-handed all the time, you're chatting away and like, no problem. Have you ever swapped hands? You're fucking weird, aren't you? You're like, hello? You just speak like a fucking mental person, don't you? And I'll be like that when I'm in a new room because I'm like, in a new office, like weird. But you're a lefty, so perfectly comfortable. But have the next phone call on your right hand and see how the phone call goes, mate. It'll be a terrible phone call, whatever it is. Anyway, Blues, take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend as much as you possibly can, and I'll see you in the next one.